the Dark Phoenix. What's going on, K3 TV? My name's Loki here, and I'm here to bring you another Loki's film review. And today we're doing Xmen, the Dark. What do you mean it doesn't say Xmen? What do you mean? Okay, the Dark Phoenix. We're just cutting off the Xmen and just doing Dark Phoenix for some reason. I'm cool with that. So this movie, we start out with a semi-origin story for the mutant Jean Grey, which is pretty much brainwashing. That's pretty much what we're looking at. Justified brainwashing by the bald boy, Professor X, which seemed to work out perfectly in X3, as we all may know. If you guys are longtime fans, you guys have watched that movie, you pretty much watched the plot to this movie. It's pretty much rehash. Just the great thing about the plot, though, is, as you guys have probably seen in the trailers, it does have the origin for the Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, whatever, you know, mood it's in, doesn't matter. But we do get to see the space exploration, which actually happens in like the comics and the show, which is, you know, I'm more of a show fan, not much of a comic book guy. But the show is awesome, you know, for the 90s kids out there. And it's great to see that part at least. And that was satisfying. That's the thing that made me excited, that maybe if they were going to be that accurate, that fan servicey, that they would have some glimmer of understanding as to the source material and be faithful, which they kind of weren't. There was only parts and pieces where it was faithful, and then the rest is just really muddled down drama about whether you should or whether you shouldn't brainwash someone, or, you know, steal someone's memories or shield them from the truth, which we all know and is predictable. You never should. Just let them have it. If they can deal with it, they deal with it. If they can't, then they turn into a villain. But at least they turn into a villain early on, when they're weak, not when they're strong, right? So this movie is directed by Simon Kinberg and led by Sophie Turner, which is a great choice for Jean Grey, for one of the X-Men, even for Phoenix. She looks great as it. Looks great, but is not great. Unfortunately, I don't think that Sophie can really lead a role, which the rumors about other things that she's going to be leading on, it's really scary, because if you see this, she can't do it. She just doesn't have enough of a range, I think it is. You know what? That's great. That's what it is. She just doesn't have much of a range. She's a bit robotic, and she's pretty to look at, but there's not much pizzazz. That's what she needs, some pizzazz, some spirit fingers in her personality. She don't got that fire. She don't got that burning. She don't got the Phoenix inside her. She is the Phoenix, but she don't have the Phoenix. That's what you need. You need the Phoenix in here and out here. Not just look like a Phoenix. Even though for longtime fans, this may be just almost like a rehash, it does look great, and it brings something different to the feel of the characters, which looks great. Seeing these characters in these roles is great. I mean, from Professor Xavier to Magneto, they just look amazing, and they're brought to life in a different way. So that's pretty satisfying. But as it's all intertwined with the writers, it's just not, it doesn't feel as engaging as you might think. It's action-packed at certain points, but the pacing for the story doesn't really make it all too worth the while to wait for those points. Speaking of nice to look at and great and engaging, we have Jennifer Lawrence, which looks like she is done as Mystique, both in the movie and in the way that she really delivers her role in this. She's done with it, and I don't know what it was. Maybe her plot points, she was just alright. I was like, I just wish they could kill her already and kill her off. And they did. Spoiler. This really makes me wonder what's in the future of this franchise. Like, what's in store? Did they bomb this on purpose? Is that what they were? I mean, because this is that why they're just ending on Dark Phoenix? They're trying to make some kind of like statement, like we will rise from the ashes, because this is the freaking ashes right here. If I ever saw a Phoenix, if they come back from this, that will be the Phoenix. And I hope it does. I'm a big X-Men fan. I really hope it comes out, but I'm really worried about the franchise as a whole. Disney has to do something about this now. It's no longer 20th Century Fox, no more Hugh Jackman. I'm okay. So the last showdown was definitely worth the watch, but not necessarily the price of admission. It was sequential, and it felt kind of like a beat 'em up in a fun way, and it had a badass soundtrack with Hans Zimmer in the background. A little bit phoned in, but it was still really great. The greatest part about it was a great display of everyone's powers, everyone's role in the film. Everyone felt like they really mattered at this point. And it's very rare, well, not too rare, but in this way, for a character to develop so late in the film and them being a side character. And I'm talking about Nightcrawler. He all of a sudden gets like the cojones in this part, and it's nothing really too comparable to X2 because that was very cinematic. If you guys have seen X2, that was very cinematic. This is just more of a growth of a character out of nowhere. You actually feel like he can, you know, kick some ass, and it was badass. So that's definitely my favorite part of the movie. And if you can watch any part of this movie, if you don't have time invested to watch the whole thing, at least watch that part, because that part was pretty badass and well done. So what would I give as a grade to this movie? Definitely a D, as in don't watch this movie. No, just don't waste your money with this movie. Definitely, it's got to be a D. I probably would never watch it again. I'm hoping for, at best, a reboot, because this cast altogether, they've already burned the bridge. They are ashes, like I said. It's done. Get out of here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I want to know what you guys thought about this movie in the comments down below, so definitely support us that way. And I'll catch you guys next time with another Loki's film review. K3 TV out!